Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. It has been 2 weeks since our last podcast episode. And this week, Laurel and I are discussing the creme de la creme, one of the best shows ever created in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. We are talking Daredevil, specifically the first episode, and we're going to figure out how quickly they reeled us in to their masterpiece. And maybe I'm giving away a little too much about how I feel about this episode, but I don't really care. So sit tight, close your eyes, and use your listening ears, because this week we're talking Daredevil. This is effing it up. Welcome back, feral listeners. It's your favorite time of the week, the time when you listen to Laurel and I talk about our opinions about TV shows and movies that you didn't ask for, but we're giving them to you anyway.
Why don't you start us off?
All right. Let's talk plot.
Oh no.
First and foremost, the intro is chef's kiss. Absolutely beautiful, from start to finish. I did write in all capital letters, and again, I apologize to everyone, but I wrote "sexy Catholic guilt" in all capital letters.
I should have started like a stopwatch as soon as we started recording. How long will it take for "sexy Catholic guilt" to appear?
Right off the bat. First thing I thought of. I blame Fleabag and the hot priest for this, but it's not my fault. I am just a 26-year-old teenage girl. I cannot be held responsible for my actions. Anyway.
Oh gosh.
I put in parentheses this quote because I was like, this is great. I'm not seeking forgiveness for what I've done, Father. I'm asking penance for what I'm about to do. This priest is like, my brother in Christ. What?
My son in Christ.
My son in Christ. What?
He's like, that's not how this works. I mean, that's literally what he says, just not quite like that.
But that quote is epic, and I love it.
That was pretty great. He knew it was great, too, because doesn't he, like, put his sunglasses on after he
Yes,
says that?
he does. He puts his sunglasses on, and I'm
He's like, that was a... Gosh, dang it. What's... Horatio... Oh, dang it. What's that guy from CSI Miami?
I don't know. Why are you asking me?
You know, every time he, like, starts an episode, he says something cheesy, and then he puts his sunglasses on, and the theme goes, yeah! You know?
No, but I do now.
You ever watched CSI Miami?
No, Laurel.
Wow.
I have not. Let me list what happens in the first 10 minutes of this show. You ready for it?
I'm so ready.
Okay. Matt, as a child, saves a man and is blinded by a chemical spill from a car accident. Matt goes to talk to his priest in a confession booth and freaks this man out. Matt saves a group of women from human trafficking as they're being herded into a shipping container. Matt beats the shit out of the human traffickers.
Hold up. Does he actually save them, though? Because he's like, go find someone for help. And then we never hear from them again. Like, they could have been recaptured or fallen into the bay for all we know. Right? We don't ever hear from them again, do we? Do we?
No, but why are you...
I'm just saying he was more interested in beating that dude up than he was in actually saving him.
Yes, because he has sexy Catholic guilt, Laurel.
Alright, well, sorry for interrupting. Go on.
And then I said, gorgeous opening credits. Gorgeous.
Thank you for bringing that up. They are gorgeous. When I watched the show the first time, I watched them every time.
Yeah.
It's not really a song you can, like, do-do-do-do-do.
It's, I was sitting there going,
Oh, yeah. Gremlin mode activated.
Laurel's gonna hear me at my most feral and inappropriate in this episode, probably, but it's her own fault because I didn't remember. I knew I loved this show. I didn't remember how much I loved this show until I sat down and started watching it, and then I was like...
Girl, I know. So Maya texted me before this episode, and she said, "You're not gonna like my notes." And I said, that means one of two things. Either the episode doesn't hold up, or it means Charlie Cox. And then I watched the episode and I was like, no, this holds up. I know what it's about.
Oh, it held up all right.
Like, do I need to watch Daredevil yet again?
It held up a little too well.
Like, it's been a while since I watched it, so I was like, oh. Well, I'll get into that later. But it honestly stunned me. I was like, I didn't remember it was this beautiful.
Yeah, it's a work of art. But anyway, we will keep talking. You talk about plot. You talk about plot.
Oh, okay. Well, you got halfway through it. Stop. I'm leaving right now. Lord help me. I need my emotional support person.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not being a problem at all. I'm behaving myself.
You are, actually, admirably for...
Thank you.
You know what? I have one way to cure your Charlie Cox crush, because he did a cosplay as Bluey from the cartoon. And if that isn't the stuff of nightmares, I'll show you a picture and then you will no longer... Are you looking it up right now?
I am looking it up right now.
It's amazing. Meanwhile, I'll talk about plot while Maya does that.
Yeah.
I mean, you were giving a whole breakdown of, like, everything. Did you see it? Isn't it horrifying? That's gonna haunt your nightmares. If you have sleep paralysis, that's what's gonna stand at the foot of your bed. Listeners, do yourself another disfavor. Look up Charlie Cox as Bluey.
It's horrifying, but he's such a precious man.
I know. Isn't it adorable?
I'm like, I can't be mad at that.
It's kind of like,
he looks so happy. He looks horrific, but he looks so happy.
He's so proud of it.
He's so proud.
I think he knows it's horrific and he's just a chaotic soul.
Yes, he is.
I'm pretty sure he tried to make it look terrible.
Yes, absolutely he did.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I don't trust that man. He's got Loki vibes. Like, mischievous vibes.
Oh, that explains...
Yeah.
So much.
Oh. You're gonna start biting your earbuds again?
No, I didn't. I saw the look of fear in your eyes, so I'm gonna be respectful.
No, that's pretty great.
I'm gonna be respectful of Laurel.
So all I wrote for plot, back to business,
What?
was I wrote murder, business shadiness, first case, save the girl, take on vigilante mantle. So that, I think, sums it up. What more do you need to know?
All I want to do is I want to stop recording. I just want to go watch the episode again.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Honestly, they pack a ton of stuff into the first episode.
They do.
My head was, like, not spinning, because it wasn't like I was lost. Because they do a really good job of keeping it clear.
Yeah.
I was just really impressed. Because it doesn't feel rushed, but they really do put a lot in. They set up so much stuff, and I wanted to talk about that actually more in other, because it's not that they're just setting up plot elements, they're setting up thematic elements and, like, motifs.
Yes.
So, I want to talk about that later, but it was fascinating. I think if we talk about character, we'll end up talking about plot. Anyway, so should we just move on to character?
We should just move on to character.
We always hate plot. We should just cut that.
We should just cut plot. But I think people are expecting it at this point. And they're expecting us to not really discuss plot.
I don't care about them.
Yeah.
I care about talking about what I want to talk about.
Yes, exactly. Do you want to go first?
Sure.
Because you're not going to like mine.
Oh, lordy. Oh, no. Shall we go back and forth on characters again?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Well, obviously we must start with Matt Murdock.
Absolutely.
/ Daredevil.
Yes.
And I wrote / Daredevil because he does that classic hero thing where he's pretending to be two different, or he is two different people depending on how you look at it.
Yes.
There is a, what? You were going to say something.
No, I'm sorry.
I just talked over you, which I've never done before in my life. I'm horrified at this slip of memory.
Would you just keep talking? Because I don't even remember what I was saying.
You'll never remember now. Anyway, so I wrote about Matt Murdock. Same thing, actually, I wrote about Barney. I wrote kinda a bad friend. But the difference here is the show doesn't excuse him for it.
Right.
Like, he makes decisions for both him and Foggy. He just kind of he knows what's best for them.
You're right.
Yeah. And I was like, red flag.
I was not paying enough
I
attention.
didn't like that laugh I just made. You weren't paying attention. You were like, as soon as Charlie's on screen.
Like what?
What? Yeah, go ahead, Charlie, or whatever his name is, Matt. Go ahead, Matt. Do whatever you want to poor Foggy. Yeah, that's kind of how Foggy acts, too, actually. Maybe he has a crush on Matt.
This show could have been so much more interesting.
Actually, no. I prefer them as platonic.
You prefer
pals.
everybody as platonic.
It's true! Except for maybe Fitz and Gemma. They get a pass.
Yeah.
I love them. Spoilers. They kind of have a thing.
No.
Oh no, I laughed terribly into the mic again. I'm sorry, that's gonna suck.
Well, I wasn't watching your levels. So.
Anyway, so he's kind of a bad friend, but the show doesn't really excuse him for this. What
Nothing.
What?
Just keep talking.
I'm just so distracted by you, Maya. Put the earbuds down. Anyway, he's also pretty inconsiderate of Foggy's feelings. And of course, the classic lying because he's got a secret identity. But I think
we make an excuse.
We do
for
make
that,
an excuse for that.
for secret identities.
He's not a terrible friend. He's just not a good one.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, the show doesn't excuse him for it, and so that does get explored more further on down the line.
Yes.
Not that we would know that.
No.
But. And we're not talking about Foggy yet, but easily Foggy and Matt Murdock's interactions are the best dynamic in the show.
Absolutely.
Well, I shouldn't say
they are.
easily, because Matt Murdock and Kingpin are pretty fascinating, too.
Yeah.
Alright, go ahead. Tell me your thoughts on... I'm scared.
I said a couple of things in my notes. I
okay.
said, respectfully, I love that he gets so much ass.
Oh my gosh, what does that mean? Oh, because he's like using the blind.
He's using the blind trope. And,
I know, it's so funny.
And Foggy's like, I don't know how you know they're hot.
It's so funny because as soon as he starts talking to the realtor, Foggy gets this look on his face like, are you kidding me right now?
And he's like, would you walk me around the room, please?
I
And
know,
like
Foggy.
he's holding onto her arm. I was like,
Foggy is like, shoot me.
yes.
He's like, there he goes again.
I believed I typed this next part while he was laying in bed, and I definitely was like, this is going to make Laurel really mad.
Boy.
I said, respectfully, I need him biblically. And that's the most inappropriate thing that I put in here.
Really?
That is the most inappropriate thing I put in my notes. And then I said, the fact that he's a human lie detector is really convenient for his lawyering.
Well, I think that's kind of a big part of it.
Big part of it. And I'm like, I don't know if he'd be a good lawyer without it.
Can I talk some crap about that concept, though? Like, the idea of being able to tell whether someone is lying or not
based
just
on their
from
heart rate. Yeah.
Is bold.
Yeah.
You know how much, like, a polygraph monitors, in addition to, like, heart rate, and even they are completely unreliable?
Yeah, that's why a polygraph...
Like, he's asking her about this traumatic moment in her life, and he thinks he can tell when she's lying based on her heart rate. Of course her heart rate's gonna be accelerated.
Yes.
She's talking about someone that she ostensibly went on a date with and has potential, like, the beginning of feelings for.
Yes.
And then waking up next to his dead body with, like, the knife in her hands or whatever. Oh, yeah, my heart rate would be super steady while discussing my trauma.
Yeah.
Anyway, it makes me mad when I see that in TV shows, because you see it actually a lot for some reason. It's like
but that's also
recurring trope.
You're so right, though, because that's why polygraphs are not admissible as court evidence.
Yeah, because it's junk science.
Yeah. Pseudoscience.
Pseudoscience! I'm yelling. Your neighbors are gonna complain.
Yeah, I don't care. They're fine.
That's the spirit I love it. Alright. Any more thoughts on Charlie that you care to share with the class?
Nope, I'll just keep them all inside.
Thank goodness.
I'll let the audience just fill in the blank.
Can we talk about Foggy now?
Let's talk about Foggy.
I love Foggy.
I love Foggy Nelson.
I love Foggy Nelson.
He is a good lad.
Honestly, like, I would watch this show even if he wasn't in it. But he makes the show so much better.
So much better.
And it is not
balance.
inaccurate to say that I watched the show for him.
Yeah.
Also, because, oh my gosh.
Because you're a better person than me.
But you need him, because otherwise it's all dark and brooding. Daredevil / Matt Murdock and super anxious Paige. Like, you need Foggy to balance them out. To be, like, bring in some warmth. Why are you laughing?
Because I started just writing down quotes as he was saying them that made me laugh. When he says, it's 1:30, get the hell up! I'm like, you are such a little scamp.
I love it. He is a little scamp.
Also, when he's like, the realtor, ugly, awful. She told me blind people are God's mistake.
Yes! That was my favorite part, and then Matt just laughs at him.
He's like, that's a terrible thing to say.
Like, that's a terrible thing to say.
He's like, I didn't say it, she did.
Matt and Foggy's friendship is so pure. I just love them so much.
They're good lads. Foggy, I don't
They're not good lads, but I love them anyway. Foggy might be a good lad.
Yeah.
Matt is literally not a good lad. That's his whole thing.
He's got the devil in it. I used to say.
Oh, I know.
Those Murdoch boys got the devil in them.
See, I don't usually like anti-heroes, but he's conflicted about it, so I guess it's okay.
I would
He's not reveling in it.
I personally would just prefer that people get shit done, so...
I watched Nightcrawler and it traumatized me.
Yeah, he's not an anti-hero. He's just a terrible person.
Yeah, you're right. You're not supposed to root for him.
Yeah, Matt is... Let me help as many people as I possibly can.
Oh, that is not his motivation. He just likes to beat people up.
Yeah. You know what?
He's a bad person.
If you've worked... Would you stop? If you've worked in customer service, you should know.
I mean... Yeah, alright.
I love a Dexter. I love a Matt Murdock.
I do love Matt Murdock. He's great. And he does care about his friends.
He cares about his friends.
If he didn't care about anyone, then I would be...
And you know what? He does care about his city, because he could just go... He really could just go and beat up bad guys.
Yeah.
He could beat up low-level bad guys, but instead he does care about actually getting to the bottom of the crime syndicate and making his city a better place.
No. I do love Matt. I think he's great. I just don't think he's heroic in the, in the classic or perhaps any sense of the word.
I didn't say that he's heroic. I just said I get it.
Can I talk about Foggy some more?
You can talk about Foggy some more. No one was stopping you. I said they're good lads, and then you said, no, Maya, they're not good lads.
Okay, you've triggered me yet again. He's not a good lad. No.
You said semantics, and then you went off.
Oh, I did. It's true. Another thing that's never happened before. Like, I don't know what's come over me today. I did have cold brew again before today's podcast. That's what happened last time.
I wanted...
Maya did the reverse. She pulled me off stage with the...
Yep. With the shepherd's crook.
Thank you, the shepherd's crook. She was like, alright. Okay, I'm sorry. Foggy. I just want to say, like, he's Matt's moral compass, and he grounds him, and he also brings in the heart and the warmth of the show, which I think is great, because that's usually given to the love interest, but absolutely Foggy plays that role.
Oh, 100%.
And on top of that, it's like you said, he's also I forget what word you used, impractical. Use some word to describe him, and I was like, that's absolutely right. He's not, like, boring. You said he's a scamp.
Yes.
You said he's a scamp.
Yeah.
He is a little scamp. There's a reason he and Matt are friends.
Yeah. He's a rascal.
He's a rascal. He's just a little impish little rascal. That's what he is.
He's like, let me bribe this cop.
Yeah, he's literally like, let me give cigars to this old lady. Let me tell Matt that the hot realtor said that blind people were God's mistake. That was probably, to me, the funniest moment. I just wasn't ready for it.
Yes.
Anyway, that's all I have to say about Foggy. I love him. I have one more thing. I'm sorry. Because he brings in a lot of humor, but he's not the comedic relief. Or at least I wouldn't.
He's not. No, I wouldn't say that at all.
Which I think is cool. Like, he's given a lot of... He's handled seriously.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
The comedic relief is in his interactions with Matt, not necessarily him, who he is as a person. Anyway, sorry, let me talk about Karen real quick.
Yeah.
I said, in parentheses, Damn, I forgot how she showed up as a character.
Oh, I remembered.
I was like, oh, my dear, you're screaming and your hands are covered in blood. Are you okay?
Karen Page is never okay.
She's never okay. I said, mostly just crying so far.
Yeah.
Aw, poor girl just wanted a date. And I said, in all capital letters, to be so lucky to eat Thai while wearing Matt's shirt and sleeping in his apartment.
Oh no, should I talk about that scene again, or can we just move past it?
What, the way she just whips her top off and he just stands
like,
there
what the
like
heck?
he's like, I can hear everything and it's amazing.
I just wanted to say that he is not deaf
or stupid.
or stupid. He's blind. Like, maybe you're confused, Karen. Karen, have some self-respect. Karen, please.
Please.
Come on. Keep your shirt on.
I have never looked at a blind person and gone, oh great, let me take my top off.
Oh, awesome. I can get changed here.
The middle of a crowded street, like, oh good, you can't see. Let me take my pants off.
Wow. Now we're free. Now we're moving. Come on, Batman. Let's get grooving. Like, Karen, stop. Just stop.
I also said Karen's middle name should be asking invasive questions and getting into trouble Paige.
I like it.
Because that is
Yeah.
that is
Sounds
her that is her character to me.
Sounds Irish.
Is causing problems.
It is. That's literally causing problems, looking for problems, sometimes being the problem.
Yep. Is it me? Am I the drama? Me? I'm like, yes.
Little me.
And this is not like hatred of like, oh, a female character, like, or anything like that. It's not like Karen.
No, I hate all women.
Karen's choices that she makes are just distressing.
They are. That is the perfect word for it.
It's like that friend you have that you're like, I love you so much, but why are you doing this?
Why are you doing this to yourself and to us?
And to us, please stop.
To everyone else.
So that friend that goes, I tried Coke, and you're like, oh, what if you did? What if you did? What if you didn't do that?
What if you didn't do that?
Karen Page is like, okay, I've almost been killed 5 different times. Let me keep throwing myself into danger and going after the highest ranking officials, the most corrupt people in Hell's Kitchen.
She's just crazy.
And I'm like,
and if she was like
good at it,
yeah, then sure. She's like some girl boss, like Elektra. If it was Elektra, I'd be like, yeah, girl, go fight those baddies. Like, go be a baddie, whatever. I don't care. Like, but Karen Page is just...
she's not great at what she does.
She's this close to snapping at any given moment. Like, may I read my notes?
Yes,
real
please
quick?
do. Please read your notes.
My note just says, Karen Page, too anxious makes me anxious. And that's just how I feel. Watching Karen Page on screen is like having someone follow you around with a balloon and a pin all day long. Like, that is the emotional experience. And it's a credit to the actress, because she is very good at making you feel what she's feeling, but that is an unpleasant feeling. And I don't want to feel that feeling.
And what we want is to give her a Xanax and have her calm down.
We want to give her the drugs, not Coke, but
no,
other
not
drugs. Coke. Good drugs.
Klonopin.
Drugs that are okay and good for you.
Yeah, a cocktail of every drug that John Mulaney has ever tried. Put it in a martini glass and give it to Karen, because that's the only thing that's going to calm her down.
Every time she's on screen, I just feel my anxiety rising.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, at this point, kill her off so I feel better. Then I don't have to worry about her anymore.
Like, I'm worried about her dying, so please just
Like,
just kill her.
If you watch episode 1, you're like, oh, well, of course she's anxious. She woke up next to this guy covered in blood. He's dead. She's got a knife. The cops burst in. People want her dead. They're, like, trying to strangle her in her jail cell. Blah, blah, blah. Of course she's anxious. Of course she's on the edge. Of course she is.
Yes.
But she's that way the entire series.
Yep.
Like, from the perspective of the seasoned connoisseur that I am, having seen every episode, that's just Karen Page.
That's just Karen.
She's no more anxious after all that than she is any given day of the week.
Should we mention the big bads of the series at all?
I did write a couple honorary mentions.
Yes, please talk about your honorary mentions.
I assume you were going to talk about the whole criminal syndicate that shows up in the pilot. Okay, I just wrote honorary mentions. Slime bag suit guy, then I remembered his name was Wesley, so I wrote an arrow. Wesley. He gets an honorary mention. He looks like an anime villain, and I kind of love him. I actually really like Wesley.
Yeah, so Wesley is Wilson Fisk's secretary, right? Was what I was getting, or as an assistant. Yeah. I was like, he's very good at his job.
He is.
I was like, Wesley is a real go-getter. He's a self-starter. He's very efficient.
Yeah.
Communicative, professional,
cares about his employer.
I was like, I would hire this man.
For sure. He gets stuff done. Like, he is the henchman, but competent.
It's really a beautiful thing to behold. Despite the fact that you know that people are dying, like, he's you're like, wow, you're
I don't care about that. And Fisk and Wesley's relationship is a beautiful thing to behold because they both respect and trust each other.
Yeah.
Like, we don't behold it in episode 1, but later when we behold it, it is great to behold.
Yeah. There's nothing better, as a manager, there's nothing better than someone saying, I'll take care of it.
And then actually taking care of it. Because you gotta, that's an important part of it. And Wesley does that.
Yeah.
He's great.
So
I also wrote the Russian question mark because I wasn't 100% sure they were Russian brothers. I love them.
Yes.
They're also terrible people, but I love them.
Yeah. I think I just said I forgot about the badass crime syndicate, including Madame Gao.
Oh, that's not smart.
But I forgot about, I was like, and then it cut to some stuff too, and it cut to like the people working in her drug.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, they're all blind.
They appear to be blind.
So she has destroyed all of their eyesight so that they can work for her. Case. And I was like, it all like came back to me after years of not watching the series, and I was like, oh my word.
Yeah, so she shows up in Iron Fist for sure. I wonder if she shows up in some of the other Defenders shows as well. I never watched Jessica Jones or Luke Cage.
Jessica Jones is better than Iron Fist. Fight me.
Okay. I know objectively from an art point of view you're right, but look at the two shows. Which one am I going to like better? Easily Iron Fist. It's cheesy, it's stupid, it's colorful, it's fun.
That's true.
And Jessica Jones is all broody and dark and
she has good reason.
Sex appeal. Like, ew.
What sex appeal are you talking about in Jessica Jones?
I'm just assuming it has sex appeal.
That poor girl.
I don't watch it.
That poor girl gets laid once in that series.
Uh-oh.
Once. One time.
Okay, well.
And you know what? She's very tired and very stressed, and she could use a little more.
I just assumed it had sex appeal because David Tennant's in season 1, but I don't know anything about the show. Maya says no.
And you know I would never say that about David Tennant, but no.
No, alright.
No, he's a very, very bad man.
Don't tell me he has a ponytail again.
No, doesn't have that.
No, I know he's the baddie. I would literally go watch Iron Fist 1,000,000 times before I watch Jessica Jones.
Okay, well, I would do the exact opposite of that, and that's why we're good friends.
The first time I tried to watch Daredevil, this was quite a while ago. I don't remember how long ago, but I only made it up to the episode where one of the characters gets decapitated by a car door. Do you remember that?
No.
Well, I don't know if he gets fully decapitated in the moment, but I think he gets killed by a car door to the head several times, many times in anger.
Wait, yes, I do. Holy shit, I do.
Maya, it traumatized me so much. I stopped watching the show. I was like, I can't watch this. And then I forget why I ever picked up the show again, but I was like, okay, I really want to watch this show.
Yeah.
But when I knew that scene was coming, I skipped it. I was like, the only way I can get through this. And I was dreading it all the way up until, because I knew that scene was coming, and I was like, I cannot watch that again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so if I watch the show for the whole way through for the second time now, I will still skip that scene.
I think that's fair.
Iron Fist would never.
Yeah.
But that traumatized me so badly.
I'm so sorry. I think that traumatized
And
me, but I was also
very
like...
sad because I liked the character who died.
I can't remember who it is.
I don't know.
Wait, don't tell me. I kind of want to watch the show again, so don't
it's
tell me.
so good! Ugh.
Is it time to talk atmosphere?
It is time to talk atmosphere. And boy, howdy!
It's such a balm after some of the low-level art we've watched.
I'm telling you, like, sometimes we get to atmosphere and I'm like, what do we even say? what is atmosphere anyway?
But this one. I was like, film noir. Neo-noir.
Yes!
I said, this is film, kind of like film noir inspired in a way that
for sure
I've never seen in comic book films and TV shows before. I think The Dark Knight is a thriller, and
yeah, I'd agree with that.
It's just not the same. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same level of like atmosphere as Daredevil.
So I was thinking, because are you talking maybe about the way they work with shadows and light?
Yes.
I was thinking about that today as I was thinking about our podcast coming up. Because I was blown away by the use of shadow and light. And I think the show's kind of well known for its use of color, which is astonishing.
So
good.
I just need to, hang on.
Yeah.
So we all know how I feel about Charlie Cox and how
beautiful
he is. His
the
beauty. How dare you? His beauty is rivaled by the beauty of the cinematography and the lighting.
So true.
It's art.
It is art. It's easily art. Like, I don't know who gets the credit. The director, the cinematographer, like the art director, whoever.
Everybody. A+. Awards. Money. For everybody. I don't even want to be doing the podcast right now. I just want to sit down and watch the episode again.
It's so good. And so I was going to say, like, I think the show's pretty well known for its use of color, which is beautiful, and we should talk about that some more.
Yes.
But I did not remember how much it uses shadow and light, and so effectively. And like you say, film noir inspired, but it also makes it feel more like a comic book in a really subtle way. I was like...
Yes.
Because I was thinking about it this morning. Yeah, and I was like, wait a minute, were they doing a thing? Because if you look at how comic books are lit, like the use of light and shadow, it's sometimes similar to the way they block the scenes. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I was just like, wow, they put so much love and craft into this show, and it's so evident just from the first scene, it's so good. It's so pretty to look at.
And I mean, there's that. I'm like, I was almost about to skip down to, like, the other section. Oh. But...
Well, I have more to say about atmosphere.
Yes.
I just want to give you a chance to talk, because I'm polite like that.
Yeah, no. I want to hear you talk about atmosphere, because I have more to say in other than too.
Oh, are you done with atmosphere then?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I was just going to say that they have, like, a lot of fun stuff to work with in terms of... I don't know if motifs is the right word. I don't know if I'm using that right. But they do, like, a whole thing with, like, devils and, like, the color red and all of that. Then they also have, like, the religious aspect, which ties into that.
Which is so good.
They do a lot of, like, stuff with that. And then they also have the New York grit, which they portray beautifully. Like, it feels very, like, all the fight scenes are all set in, like, very New Yorky places. Yes. And the streets feel very New Yorky in that cinematic way that they do, like the way cinema portrays New York.
I'm kicking my...
Yeah, it's so good. But then I was thinking about it, and I was like, they explore so many things. Like, there's so many different aspects to it, because then I started really thinking about it. So I was like, okay, so they've got, like, the devil thing, because he's Daredevil, they've got the color red, they've got all that, they've got the religious, they've got the New York City, and I was like, they also have law and, like, all of that they explore, like the fact that they're lawyers and they're starting their own law firm. I'm getting excited, so now I'm saying words wrong. They've got the fact that he's blind, and they've got all the stuff to do with, like, blindness and sight. Then they've got, like, the superhero stuff, of course, which you almost could, like, forget about with everything else they're doing. Yeah, and then on top of that, they also have, like, the boxing thing to explore. Like, they set up so much stuff, and there's just, like...
cohesively
Yes!
works
That's
together.
what blows my mind, because the more I started looking at all of these like things that they have in there that they explore, because it's not very surface level. They do explore this stuff. I was like, dang, they really like. That's what makes him such a great character. There's so much influencing him.
Yes.
And it's portrayed in the world as well. Like, it's not just him. It's like reflected. Oh, it's so good. Like, gosh. Like, I want to kiss this show on the mouth. Like, this is
and
great.
she never says that.
Yeah, I know. It's just... Anyway. Yeah, that's just what I wanted to say about Atmosphere. I was just... Like you said, it's so cohesive, too. Like, I honestly do not know how they juggled it all and made it feel so, like, seamless.
I don't know how everybody else sucks so bad and like Daredevil is this good.
Like, what the heck? Honestly. That's why I said after I watched the pilot episode, I was like, well, Maya cannot be telling me this episode does not live up to expectations. I know for a fact that's not what she's going to say.
I know for a fact she's just going to be inappropriate.
It's just going to be... This is going to be Charlie Cox, because this show is amazing.
Yes, it is. So is Charlie.
It's true. They're fit for each other.
Perfect. I think that brings us to other then.
Mm-hmm.
In my notes, we've already talked about the cinematography and the lighting.
You cannot talk about the show and not talk about those things.
But now we're returning to yet another high point of this show. You're getting scared. You're getting scared.
I was like, what's up there?
No.
What is on that high point?
No. Is it Charlie not wearing a shirt again?
He does take his shirt off sometimes in the show.
Thank God. Sorry.
You know what? She-Hulk was good for you. They put him in that butt ugly yellow suit. I hope that.
That's why I didn't watch
you
that
watched
show.
that and we're so sad.
Nope, I did not watch that show even a little bit. So. No, I was going to say.
Good for your character.
This is who I am, Laurel.
You're right, and I wouldn't change it for the world, Maya.
Anyway, sorry. Brings us to...
the peak. What was on that peak?
The fight choreography and stunt work.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Some of the best fight scenes, stunts I have ever seen.
And working in tandem with the videography, or whatever you want to call it, the film work.
Yeah. Laura, I was sitting there on my couch watching it. Let me just reenact the laugh I made for you.
Yeah, please.
There was the one stunt where I think Matt was fighting a guy and attempted to flip him, like, onto his back. And instead of, like, flattening him, like, throwing him down on his back, this guy, like, flipped over Matt's arm and then landed on his feet.
Oof.
So I'm sitting there on the couch and I go...
That's a beautiful reenactment.
Out loud in my apartment by myself.
If I was like in an abandoned subway tunnel and I heard that laugh, I would pee my pants.
Yeah. I was cackling because I was so delighted. Like,
That's
it
great,
was...
Yeah.
I felt like a kid again watching it.
And you have hit on another thing that makes this show so great. And there are a few things.
There's a lot,
it is the fact that Matt is so human in his fighting. Like, he's not perfect.
Yes.
And he gets exhausted and he gets hurt and he makes mistakes and not all of his hits land.
Yeah.
And the bad guys land hits, like, significant hits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's... It really... In a superhero vigilante show about a blind guy who can see everything... It really grounds the show, you know what I mean?
Yes.
The show feels so much more grounded than so many other superhero stories.
Yeah.
In a fun way, though. Not in a boring way.
Yeah.
I'm watching it. You know I wouldn't watch it.
Laurel can't watch anything boring.
If it was...
I was talking about how the work on this show is so inspired, and as someone who worked in the film industry a little bit.
I'm sorry. I can't get serious again. I'm sorry, the Hamilton song threw me off.
You're never gonna be president now.
No, sing the George one again.
You'll be there.
Yes.
Soon you'll see. You remember you belong
Sorry,
to me.
I'm too far gone. I can't do a serious podcast
Yeah,
anymore.
never mind. Sorry.
You were making a beautiful point.
It was gonna be a beautiful
But all I
plan.
saw was King George. I've fully lost the thread of this.
Yeah,
to
we were
be
talking
honest.
about how good the fight choreography is.
Yeah.
We're talking about how good Daredevil is. It is a...
I mean, it's good. We all know it's good.
Honestly, let's just skip to the end here.
Yeah, I think...
This is a damn good show. The pilot
said it better.
The pilot absolutely passes. It does more than pass.
Maya's not even asking me. She knows.
Yeah.
I like how you also didn't bury the lead whatsoever in the intro.
No,
you were
I
just like,
didn't.
This show is amazing.
It's amazing.
We would all die for this show.
You'd be lucky to watch it.
You'd be lucky to watch it.
Don't waste your time on any of the Disney projects. I don't care if Mickey kills me this time.
Yeah. That's my favorite bit. It has supplanted the Madeline Kahn bit.
Oh, Madeline will come back someday, I'm sure.
Someday she
Madeline
will.
and Mickey will have a great
They'll
showdown.
team up. Oh, a showdown. The
Yeah.
whole showdown and then a team up.
Yeah, it'll be like the Nicolas Cage face-off movie. But yeah.
Yeah.
I can't recommend this show enough. It
seeds everything so well. Rarely have I seen such a competent TV pilot.
Oh my word, yes.
Like, I don't know what they were doing in that. I don't know if I say writer's room, if I say set, like the editing room,
All of it.
wherever, all the places.
All of it.
magic.
Everybody was firing on all cylinders in every single department.
In every single
to
department
make this
and
work.
in multiple dimensions.
Yeah.
Just pure magic.
Yeah.
Pure TV magic.
Yeah.
I wonder what the budget was for the show, because I feel like I had heard it wasn't even... I want to say I heard it was quote-unquote low budget for that type of show.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Please...
You'll be back.
Please, if you have not already, take the time to go see Daredevil because of everything that we've talked about.
If any car doors make an appearance, just skip ahead until
Just
there
skip
are
ahead.
no car doors.
And yes, Charlie Cox is shirtless many a time in the show. Anyway, keep it feral, everybody.